Hey, it's Lindsay with that Leverage Your Podcast show. And I'm going to talk about being a guest, but also some of the pitfalls. And that is when you are interviewing on a lot of shows, but it can be really sporadic, right? On when episodes go live. And so what happens and what I've noticed with a lot of my clients is that there ends up being a dip in content. So it's like feast or famine, right? You either have a ton of episodes that go live all at once, or there is nothing. And then what also can happen with your schedule is that you just get caught up in life and all the other things that are going on in your business, and you don't necessarily prioritize getting more podcast interviews to get more episodes out there. And then you end up looking at your content, your emails to your list, your social media, your videos, and you end up having a huge gap in content. And when you're not marketing and when you're not consistently visible, then you're going to be forgotten and you're not attracting and you're not filling your leads and your pipeline. Or maybe you're like, hey, Lindsay, I am ready to create some content. I have the time, and I know that video is key in my marketing strategy. And I know that YouTube is the second biggest search engine, but you stare at a blank screen or you're staring at the camera and you have no idea what to talk about. You have no idea how to create that video to get that content out there. And so I've solved this problem for many of my clients, and I'm going to share our secrets today. So by the end of this episode, you'll know how to go from stuck to strategic using AI to create engaging video content and repurpose it for maximum visibility. Doesn't have to be hard, and you can use AI to make it so much easier on yourself. So, why does video content matter? I mean, it's engaging, it builds trust, it positions you as an authority. And again, going back to YouTube being the second biggest search engine, that's how you can get found by more leads and prospects. But it can be super confusing knowing how to create a video or even just starting and what to create. So maybe you don't know what topics to cover. Maybe you're unsure really on how to structure the script and make it sound authentic. And you don't know how to turn one video into multiple pieces of content. And so what happens is you end up procrastinating, or worse, you don't end up recording anything at all. And again, by not creating content means your audience isn't seeing you. Your expertise stays hidden, and so do your offers. So AI can help you. So let me show you how to simplify this with AI. Now, there are a ton of AI tools out there, Chat GPT being the main one, but there's a ton of offshoots. And the AI is really good in helping you brainstorm, in scripting, in strategizing, and making it fast and easy. So instead of staring at a blank screen, you could have a full video script ready in minutes. In fact, I actually used AI to help me create this very podcast episode. Now, ChatGPT knows my avatar, it knows my services, my offers, and it's familiar with my content. And so I simply provide specific prompts to ensure that the format and the messaging is aligned perfectly with my goals. So what do we do first? Step one is map out the foundation for AI. So to get the most out of AI, you need to give it a solid foundation to work with. And here's how. First is define your ideal client. So write out on paper, on the computer, whichever, the characteristics of your ideal client. Keep it handy for future AI work as well. So I think it's a really good idea to have a Google document that has all this ready to go for you. So ask yourself, what challenges are my clients facing in their life, in their business? What questions are they asking repeatedly? And even think about what thoughts are going through their head. What are they telling themselves daily? And what outcomes are they seeking? And what is holding them back? Really get very granular, get very specific. You can even create like a name, like, I don't know, Gap Out Gary or Tech, Tech, Wiz Harry, or give them a name, give them a persona. I was having a hard time coming up with some examples, but hopefully you know what I mean. And then you want to outline your business. So map out what your business does, how it helps people, your services, your offers, and what makes you different. What makes you unique? What is your X factor? What is your unique selling proposition? So write that out. Next, you're going to look at topics. So you want to find topics that solve problems. Focus each video on solving one clear, actionable problem or question that your ideal client may have. A mistake that a lot of content creators make is trying to get as much as they can into one video. So it ends up being kind of like all over the map, or it ends up giving way too much information. So make it really niche and focused on one clear problem and one simple solution. And it's not to say that you're giving all your goods and all your information away. You're just giving them one little tool in your arsenal that you use for your business or helping your clients achieve results. And so here's a couple of examples of common problems. How do I create a video script that sounds natural? Or how can I repurpose one piece of content for multiple platforms? So that's just a quick example. Next, you want to do some keyword research. So this kind of research is invaluable, especially for platforms like YouTube. So I use vidIQ. I have also used TubeBuddy in the past. And what they do is when you punch in different keyword phrases, it'll help guide you to figure out what are people actually searching for. And what do people actually want to know? Because if you're going to be talking about a specific topic, you want to be using the language that people are searching for, and you want to be using keywords so that you can rank and be found and discovered within YouTube. And you don't want to waste your time creating a video that no one is searching for. So again, you want to be really strategic about these topics as well. Next, you want to really look at it from a strategic perspective. You don't want to create random videos, and it's about creating content that attracts your ideal client, that showcases your expertise, but also leads back to your offers. So you want to map out a 5 to 6 minute video, but each video should solve a specific problem for your audience, position you as an expert and authority in the space, and naturally tie to your services. So always have that agenda in mind when you're creating these video scripts, the topics, the talking points, and of course at the end having a call to action and seeding your offers. So you've thought about some topics, you have them foundation mapped out so that you can give AI some really great information so it understands your business and it's going to understand the topic. And again, you're thinking strategically. Next, you're going to actually go into AI. You're going to give it all that information, and you're going to ask it to create a 5 to 6 minute script about that specific topic. And you want to provide very specific prompts. So imagine AI is kind of like a VA that you have. It's a person. So you can even ask them like any question. You can tell it to hold on. I'm going to give you all of this information, and then I'm going to ask you to do a task for me. So speak to it like an actual human. And you want to tell it the specific problem and solution. You want to share what your voice is and your preferred format. So you can even go as detailed as saying, I like to be conversational. I don't use swear words. I don't use big fluffy words. I don't use overarching platitudes. I like to be formatted so that the topic has 3 ways that blah, blah, blah. So you can be super specific. You can even give it an example to go by. And then you can even tell it to give it a call to action at the end that's going to tie back to your offer. And you can tell it what that offer is. And so the more information that you give it, the better. Then, of course, it's going to spit it back out, right? And then you can tweak it. You can ask it to refine those results. Now, let's just say that these scripts are actually more like frameworks. So it's all about how you look at the information that AI is giving back to you as well. There may be words in there or phrases that you wouldn't use. So like the word transformed or unlock, you know how AI always uses those kind of words. So you can remove those and use your language, just simply tweak it. But remember, this is not something that you're going to read word for word. You're using it as a framework to speak to your audience and give the right information to them that's going to serve them, make you sound like an expert, and deliver the material in a really organized way. And that, again, leads to your call to action and leads to your offer. So you're using it as a guide, weaving in your own language and your key phrases, seeding your programs and your offers. And don't forget to weave in some stories or examples that showcase you as the solution. So I hope these tips have helped you kind of understand how you can use AI to create a video script to make it super easy. Now, what do you do once you have the video? You want to obviously repurpose it for maximum impact. So this one video, 5 to 6 minute video, obviously you're going to put it up in YouTube. You can even tell AI at that point, hey, you've got my video script, you've got the outline here. Please write a YouTube description for me. Please include however many bullet points. Create an intro for it, weave in my call to action, make it conversational, format it this way. So it's all about the prompts that you put in there. So that way you can cut down on your workload dramatically. Now, you've got it in YouTube. You can also put this in your website as a blog post and embed that YouTube video. So you can even ask AI, hey, can you create a 500-word blog post that reads as an article and is formatted this way and that way? And again, don't forget to prompt it with your voice and your key audience. So it'll spit that information out for you. You can even get it to write you a LinkedIn newsletter or an email that shares this video, because then you're also pushing back traffic to your website, or of course you can even push the traffic to your YouTube video to get more watch time on your videos if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel. And then you can ask it to write some social media posts. You can ask it to write a carousel, especially if the video is like 5 ways to use AI to repurpose content. And if the video shares 5 ways, there's your carousel. You can create that carousel, create the graphic in Canva or whatever other tool you use. Super easy. And you can ask it to break down and extract points to create that micro content and use the transcript once you've filmed the video to also create more written content. So It's great that you're going to create that long form content, but don't forget about how you're going to repurpose it and use it to attract your ideal client. So if you're like, okay, Lindsay, but this seems like a lot of work, and I totally get that. It might seem overwhelming, or you're just not confident in being, savvy with AI, what the right prompts are, or you're not confident that the topics are going to really attract your ideal client and that they're not connected to your, lead magnets or your offers. It can feel like it's a lot to think about. So what I would love to offer you today, because I absolutely love doing this, is booking a AI-powered content creation session with me. That's a mouthful, isn't it? It's a 1-hour call to understand your goals, your voice, your avatar, and your services. We'll do some keyword research to make sure that your content is searchable and relevant to your audience. And then we will work together, me, you, and AI, and collaboratively map out 3 months of strategic video ideas. So we're going to use AI to create scripts together so it's super fun, easy, and aligned with your style and who you are and your audience. And so imagine having a clear content plan for the next 3 months. No more staring at a blank screen or wondering what to say. And instead, you're going to create videos that connect with your audience and grow your business. So if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start creating content that works for you, let's work together and book an AI-powered content creation session together. And don't get me wrong, still do podcast guesting. Absolutely, that gets you more exposure. But when you have the downtime, how great would it be to have these videos in your bank, ready to go to have winning content on your side? So if you go to smoothbusinessgrowth.com/chat, book a call with me, and I can share more information on how we can work together. So I hope this was a great episode for you to figure out how to use AI and how to supplement your podcast guesting when it dips or when you don't have time to book those interviews. If you had a bunch of videos in the bank ready to go at a moment's notice that attracts your ideal client and pushes to your services, win-win. So until next week, folks, have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.